Welcome back, Geordies. In this video, I'm going to run through Newcastle's plans for a new state-of-the-art, world-class training facility, Nick Woltemade's success at Newcastle in his early stages, Darwin Núñez 2.0, and a match preview for Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest on Sunday. Let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about the new training ground. Plans have been outlined for a complex to be built 8 miles north of the city centre. They're expecting approval by December, so we should have some idea of what the plan is and where Newcastle intend to go forward. So far, it's been outlined that the complex will be a state-of-the-art, world-class training facility with indoor and outdoor pitches, a mini stadium, spa and treatment centre, accommodation, and a presentation and media centre. And now I feel this will push Newcastle to the forefront of where we want to be, while the development will take years to put together and probably years to build. This is something that we see the biggest academies and the biggest clubs all over the world produce these kind of training centres. The likes of Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, they all have state-of-the-art facilities, which will definitely help with us attracting the kind of world-class talent that we're looking for. I'm fully expecting David Hopkinson to be driving this, and I think this may well be the start of where we see our training ground sponsorship come alive. I know for a long time now, a lot of Newcastle fans have been calling to say, why don't we have a training ground sponsor? Why haven't we got stadium sponsor? Why haven't we got extra shirt sponsorship? Other things that will bring in bigger revenues and help us to grow as a club. And the only thing I can say is, who would want to sponsor Benton Training Ground? Realistically, it's not the state-of-the-art facility. While the Saudis have made it much better than it was, and it's a much improved facility, we need something that grabs the attention of the world or grabs the attention of sponsors to be able for them to be able to put their brand on. And I feel like a world-class, state-of-the-art training facility is exactly the type of move that we need to draw a big sponsor to bring in big revenues. So fantastic news on this front. So on to the striker situation. Yoane Wissa, who was out for 4 to 5 weeks, has had a setback with his injury, which is disappointing considering this came from his appearance for Dominican Republic of Congo. It's a real disappointment that in the 4 years he spent at Brentford, he only missed 3 games. And having started his Newcastle career sidelined, it's left us in a struggling position. But we're now not expecting Wissa to be back till the start of November. And for that reason, I feel like Nick Woltemade really has to step it up. And so far, he's done everything within his remit to prove that he is worth the £64 million that we paid for him. 2 goals in the Premier League, 1 goal in the Champions League. In 4 appearances, he's been fantastic. And I feel like Will Asula, while we look to get rid of Will at the end of the transfer window, I'm so glad that we didn't. I feel there's a real place for Will Asula. There isn't a guy that works harder than he does. And there's a moment now where Will Asula can really put the push on and show what he can do and keep himself in this squad and not be pushed out in January or not be pushed out on loan next year. I feel like Will has a real chance to develop now. So it can only be good news. So on the flip side, the striker we sold in the summer for 125 to 130 million, who has just got his first assist today for Liverpool, has scored no goals in the Premier League, no goals in the Champions League, but did manage to put one in against Southampton in the Cup. So I have to say, for a guy that was £125 million, he's paid back about 50 pence of what they paid for him. And this will sound really salty, but I've got to do it. You should have signed Mark Gahey. That defence is awful. I said it at the end of pre-season. I said it at the end of the transfer window. There is problems in that Liverpool defence. Having seen Chelsea pull them apart today, Ibrahima Konate, not good enough. Virgil van Dijk, not quick enough. And for the first time ever, and I never thought I'd say this, Mo Salah looks off the boil. Mo Salah. 20 goal a season, every season, Mo Salah looks off the boil. And I just think Alexander Isak does not fit that front line. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't look like his touch is good. He misses chances on a regular. And I think there's a lot to be said for his success being down to the coaching at Newcastle and being down to the players that he played with at Newcastle. It's a team sport. It's not about one man. And that one man will get found out in the next few weeks at Liverpool. So regardless of that, we'll move on to Notts Forest. So Newcastle's next game at St James's Park. Notts Forest, who have had a weary run of defeats and draws. 5 losses and 3 draws in their opening 8 games under Ange. Their only win of the season coming the game before they sacked Nuno. And losing in the Conference League midweek to FC Midtjylland 3-2. They couldn't be on a worse run at the moment. And to be fair, Ange has changed the style of play. I didn't think he was the right appointment. This is something we really need to capitalise on. We need to take a win from this game into the international break and create some atmosphere, some team spirit and some momentum towards our Premier League season. Now, at home, I'm hoping St James's Park is fired up for this weekend because we really need to carry the momentum after the Arsenal loss, going away into the Champions League and beating Union SG 4-0 was exactly what we needed. A quick turnaround, a quick win to push us on with some momentum. We need to carry that momentum into the weekend. We need to carry that momentum into the Forest game. And this is a real chance at the moment, as I feel our back line is probably the strongest it's been in 2 years. Our midfield, as ever, is a unit. We've got Jacob Ramsey coming back from injury, who should hopefully be on the bench or feature against Nottingham Forest this weekend. And for the first time, I think this season, we've started to see our front line click. Anthony Elanga, I thought, was brilliant in the last game. Nick Woltemade, I thought, was brilliant in the last game. And I wouldn't say Anthony Gordon was fantastic, but he did score 2 penalties and showed the composure that we needed to get us over the line. And I'm hoping that victory and those goals can really help inspire these players to have some confidence in each other and come together as a team. I think we really need to walk away with a win at St James's against Notts Forest. I'm going to go with, as a prediction, 3-1 to Newcastle. I think it will either be Anthony Elanga puts the nail in the coffin for Ange Postecoglou, or it will be Elliot Anderson comes back to haunt us. And I really hope it's Elanga that does the business. We all love Elliot Anderson, and I hope he has a fantastic career at Notts Forest, and I hope he has a fantastic season. I just hope it's not against us at St James's. So if you've liked the content, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Thank you to everybody for the comments, the kind words and the subs. And hopefully, guys, I will see you in the next one.